I've built a lot of decks for Star Wars Unlimited, but today I'm going to be going over my favorite. Hello and welcome to the table, and today I'm going to be doing a deck tech for Chirrut Îmwe. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he is my absolute favorite hero in all of Star Wars Unlimited. And though he is definitely not the best, I think this is one of the better versions, if not the best version, of the deck right now, at least as far as my experience has gone. Because I'm such a good Star Wars Unlimited player and know the ins and outs of every single deck in the game, for sure. But anyways, what Chirrut is going to do is, once you get to 5 resources, you can epic action out Chirrut and transform him into that 3/5 side that doesn't die while he has no remaining health during your action phase. So you can heal him up, make him a bit bigger, with upgrades to where he's not dead, and you can continue to send an overwhelming barrage of attacks to your opponent's face with Chirrut until they eventually die. And the base is Chopper base. It's a 30 health base, it's not a 25 health base. But I don't really think Chirrut wants to be using Jedha City. I mean, it's a fine card, but I don't think it does enough in this deck to where it's better than having 5 more health to make sure that Chirrut can survive just long enough to where you can kill the opponent. But what the deck is wanting to do, like I've already said, is bring out Chirrut and suit him up and heal him whenever he's getting dealt damage. So how exactly are we going to do that? So in the upgrades, we got 2 upgrades, 3 copies of each, that are just absolutely key to having a really good turn once Chirrut comes out. If you can play both of these, the turn that Chirrut comes out, you're in a good spot. Those cards being Electrostaff, which you attach to a non-vehicle unit. While the attached unit is defending, the attacker gets -1 power. So when Chirrut is getting attacked, which the opponent's always wanting to, he takes a little less damage, which is really, really good. Plus, it's a +2/+2 power buff for 2 resources. Absolutely amazing card in the deck. And there's Jedi's Lightsaber, which is arguably better. For 3 resources, it gives a +3/+3 buff to Chirrut, and on attack, if the unit is a Force unit, it gains on attack, give the defender -2/-2 for the phase. So when you're attacking into like an opposing leader that you need to get rid of, it gets shrunk down a bit, so it's way easier for Chirrut to kill, and Chirrut doesn't take as much damage. Both very, very good things. And then in the event side of things, there is one more card, the most important card in the deck, that can buff up Chirrut, allow him to attack, and protect him all in one card. That card being the Forces with Me. Now originally, I didn't have this card in the deck. I know, kind of stupid. Because I didn't realize exactly how good this card was. Because for 4 resources, you choose a friendly unit, get 2 experience tokens. If you control a Force unit, also give a shield token to the chosen unit, and then you can attack with the chosen unit. So basically what you do is you get Chirrut out, you give him 2 experience tokens and a shield token, and you can attack with him. All in one fell swoop for 4 resources. Absolutely the best card in the entire deck, just making Chirrut so much harder to kill and taking a massive chunk out of the opponent's life total at the same time. But then, to make sure that Chirrut doesn't die the second he comes out, this deck has a lot of ways to heal him. Those cards being It Binds All Things, which is the only card in the deck that allows me to not run a ton of space units, because the upgrades, all the upgrades say attached to a non-vehicle unit. But the thing that sucks is that all space units are vehicles, so you can't really have that many space units in the deck, which is really bad. But this card basically nullifies that kind of downside. It doesn't completely, but it makes it a lot easier, and you don't just automatically fold if your opponent plays a bunch of space units, because you can heal 3 from a unit. If you control a Force unit, which you're almost always going to, you may deal that much damage to another unit. Now, most of the time when you play this, you're going to be able to deal 3 damage to a space unit, and that's going to kill a lot of space units a lot of the time, unless you're facing a deck like Tarkin, which, spoiler for a future video, but unless you're facing a deck like Tarkin that just makes the space units super duper big, there aren't a lot of space units out there unless you get into the really late portions of the game that are going to, like, not die to this kind of effect. Plus, you can play multiple of these in one turn, so there's that too. But then we also got Repair, which is super good card, 1 resource, heal 3 from a unit or base. Simple as that. But then alongside all the healing, we got some disruption either for the opponent's hand or for the cards on the board. Because if you can't kill some of your opponent's space units with It Binds All Things, you gotta have ways to still be able to take them out, either from the hand or on the board. So in the hand disruption, we got Spark of Rebellion, which you get to look at an opponent's hand and discard a card from it. Best turn 1 play in the deck, because you can screw up so much of the opponent's whole game just with this one card, just if you play it once. And it's one of the better cards in the entire deck, and it should 100% be in the deck. This card basically is one of the main reasons that yellow is the color that I think works best with Chirrut. But then we also got 2 copies of Takedown, because, I mean, this card's amazing. I absolutely love this card. And we got 2 copies of Vanquish, which is another card that's super amazing, and I love it, because these are both pretty much unconditional removal spells. I mean, Takedown in, like, most all of the game can kill a lot of the units in the game, and if you can't, Vanquish. So, I don't know, these are 2 very important removal spells in the deck, but you don't want to have 3, you want to have 2 of each of them, because you don't want to have them clogging up your hand, because like I said before, the main game plan is suiting up Chirrut, not killing stuff. But you gotta have some amount of units to where if Chirrut dies, you still gotta be able to suit up something to where you don't just automatically lose. So we got some really good 1 cost, 2 cost, 3 cost, and 4 cost stuff. We got Chopper, which I absolutely love early game. I mean, he can exhaust resources that the opponent controls and just disrupt their early game plan. Otherwise, he's just a 1/3. That's a menace. That can sometimes get rate 1, because there are actually a lot of Spectres in this deck. But then there is also Crafty Smuggler, which has that shield token, so if you suit this up in the early game, it's going to be really hard for the opponent to kill, which is super nice, because shields are awesome. But then we also got Ezra Bridger, which is a really good card to suit up, because it can kind of like churn through your deck. If you suit it up, it makes it harder for the opponent to do that, so you can churn through the deck a little bit better and find the right cards that you need at any given moment. And we also got, of course, Kanan and Jarrus, the other Spectre in the deck, because, I mean, 4/5, on attack, heal your base. This card's just great. It's a 2-of, because you don't want to have a ton of super big cost stuff in the deck, but this is still an amazing card in the deck, and should definitely be a 2-of, maybe even a 3-of one day. But then there's also R2-D2, which, similarly to, what's the name of the card, Ezra, kind of allows you to churn through your deck. Super good, plus it's a 1 resource, 1/4. That's a pretty good body. And then Yoda, because, I mean, healing from your base, it's a force unit, so you can get the benefits similarly to Ezra, Kanan. He can get the benefits of being a force unit, plus he heals, plus on death, he can still get you some amount of value. But then there's some other stuff that just kind of helps you, like, heal the opponent, or heal your stuff, or just disrupt the opponent's stuff. So there's 2-1B Surgical Droid, which can heal things, heal units on attack. Distant Patroller, which, when defeated, you give a shield to another blue unit. And Chirrut's blue, Kanan's blue, and Yoda's blue. There are a lot of Vigilance or blue units in this deck, and being the only space unit, this can also, like, attack into stuff, get their life total down a little bit, and either put them in range of a Takedown or an It Binds All Things. But Distant Patroller, either way, can give shields to stuff, which is super duper good in this deck when you're basically playing a kind of Voltron strategy. But then, in addition to that, we got Leia, which can ready resources to allow you to do more stuff in a turn, which you're not going to be doing a lot of the time. A lot of the time, you're going to be exhausting your opponent's units to make it harder for them to kill either Chirrut or attack you and get you down to a low enough life total to where you can't take the tempo back. And then lastly, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. 2-of, this card's absolutely great because it basically takes all the attention off of Chirrut or whatever you've suited up and then put it towards Obi-Wan, and then when Obi-Wan dies, you're going to suit up your big thing even more, and if it's a Chirrut or another Force unit, you get to draw a card in addition to that. Absolutely amazing card, super duper good in the late game, and has really saved my butt in some games. But this is the Chirrut deck. This is one of my favorite decks. It's not the best deck, but I mean, once you've played it enough, once you kind of got all the strategies and all the stuff worked out, this deck is super fun. It's pretty budget friendly. It's under $60. And anyways, with all that aside, hope that you enjoyed this Chirrut deck. For all of you Chirrut lovers out there, this is my personal favorite build of the deck. So go ahead and check it out. If you haven't played Chirrut before, it is a blast. I will check out this deck, or at least gameplays with it coming soon. Enjoy, everybody.